Ooh, you could cast Rage on me.
Cast Rage on Hestia.
You can cast Rage on both of them because Rage has multiple targets.
Oh yeah, it does.
Dear.
Technically, Rage can be on Karis as well.
Well, if she wasn't wearing the armor.
Details.
I don't think I can cast Rage because it's a 3rd level spell and second level for Shadow Enchantment.
Oh, it's 2nd level or lower? Then
Yeah,
never mind. You can't
Sha-
cast either of those.
The enchantment, or the way the shadows work, is it's always a level lower. So if it's a 4th level to take the shadow spell, then you can cast 3rd level or lower. So shadow conjuration, 3rd level or lower conjuration spells.
I thought Shadow Enchantment was 4th.
No.
Okay.
no.
Never
PC.
mind, that breaks all of that idea.
Welcome back, everyone, to our great adventure. Last time, the group all gathered and pulled together, rescuing the wizard from his ancient tower on the plane of air, after enjoying a lovely meal with an old lady.
More like a snack.
She was an evil witch.
The hag from
It
what I heard.
would have been rude to assume, and she was being very hospitable at the time.
Yes, fortunately some of us are paranoid as fuck anyway.
No, there surely will be no after effects of eating any of that. But anyway, with the wizard back on the side of good, despite not being necessarily the best combatant, he has done great service for you, producing several different items that would all be of great use to a team attempting to get inside and spoil their ritual. Items to protect you, items to dispel magic, items to open arcane locks, as well as a scroll, which apparently, if read, will completely destroy the ritual if it's said in close range of it. That said, you have no idea how it will destroy the ritual, so keeping your guard.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time we've had dungeon collapse on top of us.
Literally.
All that's left now for Team PC is to decide how they want to do the assault. You've already been informed that based on the number of troops they have, that a direct assault against every creature is likely to be flat out just suicide just because of sheer numbers. Between summons, the cultists, the elementals bound to them, the quasits, the wasps. It's not a fight that you're going to win. Not before, at least not without the princesses dying in the process. But what you could do is if you can get past the outer patrols and into the temple, then you might have a shot. But that might be a matter of sneaking, or disguising, or finding another route of infiltration, any of the above, through the kind of decrepit heartlands, through the tents surrounding the village, and then through the village itself to the temple at the center. You'll need to make your decisions on when you want to do this. Day, night, the weather you want for it, given you can manipulate that freely now, as well as any other factors. Though keep in mind, you cannot bring companions. Well, in total, actually, the group can bring a single companion along, which I believe will be Hestia in this case. But you won't be able
I
to
mean,
avoid the
she's
ward.
a class feature, though. Does she actually count as a companion?
She has a
Well, that's
mind.
alarm spells, so
Yeah,
Alright, Yuri's staying behind then.
because it's not a matter of class feature or companion. It's a matter of we only have X number of necklaces.
you can bring
Yeah.
6 creatures plus Kelris.
Yep. I'm special.
So I think we're gonna go with Aemon, Rhea, Fiona, Lucas, Tiger.
Does that mean I need to leave Cor behind?
Yeah.
I mean, he can fly, at least for the outside part, he can fly above and keep an eye on shit.
Right, that means that... In that case,
Sorry.
does Reese have Spark? Still?
He does.
Okay, good. I might need him sort of nearby me whenever I launch dynamite. Or throw dynamite.
For those of you familiar, there is one solution.
Mm-hmm.
Summon them inside.
Stuff them in the hat. Stuff them in the hat.
Okay, 2 solutions.
There you go.
They could go in the hat. Alternatively, Rhea could teach you the carry companions.
Oh, that's one I've been meant to pick up, actually. If she's willing to, I'll gladly take it.
Transforming the creatures into a tiny little idol. Because she can freely teach you that. She has no qualms with that.
And then you
Her-
just toss them out like a Pokemon.
Her Dwemer cat will be happy to teach you the spell.
Thank you.
If anyone else wants a copy of the spell, they'll also provide it to them. Though, she can't cast it on your behalf, I don't think. I think it has to be you casting it.
Time to look up. No, you can cast it on other people. It just has to be a willing creature.
Okay. So in theory, Yuri could be put into a tiny idol in your backpack. Could be. You can then deploy Yuri at a later date.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah, it just if you deploy them Yuri too early, you're going to set off all the alarms. So
Yeah, definitely. I'll wait until we're in combat because Yuri's a combatant anyway.
Ooh, that means we can actually do that with Hestia. We can shove her in a box.
Pokeball.
Um, yeah.
If we
Assuming
do
you
that,
want,
I
assuming
mean-
you want,
Sorry,
that big beaver. Rhea will transform Yuri into a tiny little cute stone.
if we do that, what companion do we actually want to take?
I would make the argument for Hazel due to the ability for her to do a spot heal.
Hazel
I
is
will-
quite
I
useful.
also know Hazel has demon killing powers.
Yeah.
That too, yeah.
I was gonna say pretty much Hazel or Caldwell is the only people I feel comfortable enough taking in terms of just power.
Yeah, I would think Kaladel, but he's a bit not much of a combatant in general.
see,
Whereas
she's
Hazel has decent bit of like combat stuff, and she's also utility healing, which is probably the more important thing.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking in general, like how important is it since these are kind of the only two useful people we have with us to begin with?
Hey, I'll have you know Aspen is the strongest there is, but he's choosing to stay outside for the betterment of the party because he doesn't want to take all the glory from us.
Thank you, Aspen. It's so kind of you.
I mean, he did really, really well that one fight. I will give him that.
Aspen's strongest there is.
Wait, was Big
I
Meat here the
mean-
giant monster fight? He had to go, didn't he?
We
Just
could
saying.
also just bring a fucking tiger.
The tiger's not really like none of you can really command the tiger is the issue.
Yeah.
Who said anything about commanding or controlling the tiger?
I'd like to.
Eh,
I don't,
Just
I
throw
don't
the
think,
tiger. Just throw the
I-
tiger out somewhere disruptive and let
I
it do
don't
as it do.
think. I don't think Lucas would like his new tiger friend to just be thrown out as bait and slaughtered. A single tiger cannot take on an army.
No, but I mean, if we threw it into like the bunk room of the place, suddenly bunch of cultists who haven't had time to get their weapons
then
or
there's
armor.
the issue of how do we get it to the bunk room?
I don't know.
Talent, effort. I don't know.
More luck than I have in my entire body.
You could
We'll
do
Uh,
figure it out when we get
on a-
there. It's fine.
On a more serious note, we could also bring Amon. Because once we get in there and pass all of the initial wards and stuff, letting him out, he's real slippery.
The only issue I have with that is he's very squishy.
Yeah, Amon is not like what level is he? Like 2,
Free.
3? Yeah.
Like, yeah, none of Team Witch is particularly great with taking a hit, and with the circumstances that the camp will be, chances are someone would be taking a hit.
I'll tell you the only reason why I ever feel comfortable throwing Aspen and Hazel at problem is because they both have at least 14 con. They have a lot of health for what level they are.
also, I don't think we need Amon.
Yeah.
I feel like we have enough damage and such without him.
Also,
don't
we
need to
have
risk him.
the Magic and Loki keys.
And if you guys really need a rogue, I can just go the Trickster Spirit.
No, you can't, because you're forced within that one with the Hope Lady.
Never mind, I'm a wizard right now. Carry on.
You did last time make the agreement for Hope Wizard.
Yes, I'm a wizard. Okay, never mind. What am I doing with that again? Don't ignore me. I'm gonna figure this out quick.
We get back through our PM that'll be in there somewhere.
I'm a wizard.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was doing. Right. Okay, this makes a lot more sense. Okay, carry on.
What girl was that you had, Essie?
Oh, sorry.
What scroll was that you had that you were looking for someone to? Was it see
Oh, I
invisibility
also
scroll?
have a see invisibility scroll just lying around, but I don't
Because
think I
if-
know.
Nope. If Sidelin's wizard,
I'm
if Silent,
technically a wizard.
Regardless, if it's on the wizard spell list, Rose can use it.
yeah, that's true. That's more accurate.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone wants it, feel free to just say you're grabbing it and I'll give it to you.
I mean, she doesn't have amazing perception, but see invisibility is not exactly hard
mean,
to navigate, so it's
Rose,
fine.
did you have share spell?
What's up?
Share spell?
It doesn't have that because Drake sucks.
Okay. Well, you still have the option if you wanted to have see invisibility yourself. So
Worst case, keep a hold of a scroll. If you ever run into something invisible, you have it as an option.
Yeah, that was one of the million things that we were looking at going, this kind of sucks as a companion, but I'm using it anyways. That's why Hestia is as strong as she is, because we fucked with it a lot to make it more manageable.
yeah, you're free to bring along. Yeah, it's up to you who you want to bring along. In the end, but you will need to decide then who is member 6. Is it gonna be Hazel?
Tommy, you
Yeah,
broke
I
your
would agree with that.
microphone. We can't hear you.
Better?
Yes.
Yeah, Hazel's my vote.
I can agree with that. We need more healing.
Yeah, like I said, it's
Having
gonna
it not
be
all shunted onto Reese is good.
Pew pew!
only Hazel and Kaladol. They're even viable options to begin with, and the most Kaladol can offer is more CC, which isn't the worst, but we also just really lack with healing.
Kyle can't help you with healing. He's certainly far better at CCs and distractions.
I will also say, I would be open to the idea of having Hazel be someone else's companion, as she gives you a constant protection from evil.
It's actually quite good.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to benefit too much out of her because all my swift actions are spoken for constantly.
Yes.
And Reese is another you've spoken for, funny enough.
Argue Hestia is not the worst option because she kind of just hits things once.
No, in that situation, well, I mean, Hestia would once Hestia would be deployed, but then you'd potentially have Hazel riding Hestia, which would be
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon with a big Gatling laser on the back.
Well, she's not a dragon in its form. We're making a tiny elf figurine actually because having Hestia be a giant dragon inside is kind of hard to deal with.
What spell was it Matt turned people into?
I mean,
Carry companion.
I'm allowing a little bit of leeway on that and just saying any companion will be fine. Officially, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, Dark's being a very generous DM, so we can take it.
Oh, right. The main reason I was bringing it up is because your hat in the that spell might be both polymorph effects, and so they wouldn't.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's carry companion. I'm being very generous, saying you can do like the creature type doesn't matter as long as it's a companion, like an actual class companion. It's fine.
Hey, it still works on Hazel because she's. Oh wait, no, Hazel. No, not Hazel. It would work on Aspen still because he is a magical beast. He's an animal.
He's not a class companion.
Animal as well.
I'm an animal as well. Put me in a box.
No, we need you. We need you to like be on the lookout as well as Adeline.
Okay.
Just remember the spell is now in Coro for future notice.
Yeah, no. But also, like, first, if we need to get across a pair of bars, it's maybe not the worst idea just to quickly bop Cadme into a statue.
Not wrong.
I'm
I
one of
just
the most
now love
agile
the idea.
characters on the.
No, I just love the idea of you going into a meeting now with a pocket Cadme.
Wait,
Oh.
it has to be a class feature though. Whose class feature is Cadme?
Dibs.
By the technical carry companion, by the base version of the spell, allows you to also on any animal magical beast as well.
Yeah, as long as it has a helpful attitude towards you.
Yeah. And technically, I can possess someone, and then you can carry companion my body.
That causes all kinds of implications where the other person gets killed.
Yeah.
Not
Ah, shit. Fuck. I can't open my box. Help.
Yeah, you do kind of get
because
basically
officially,
flesh to
your body
stone.
becomes being sewn to flesh, so your body technically doesn't exist.
It's not that huge of an issue. I can just constantly possess someone. Like, guys, at this point, I can just keep possession up forever.
I mean, you get someone murders that person.
Yes.
You can't even do that because while the creature is miniaturized, it is mindless and inert.
That's why I possess someone first.
But saying X the mind out first, then it's a body without a mind.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because I leave my
Okay.
body. My body is a bush when I leave.
Fair. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're getting a
okay.
little bit off topic.
Okay,
Thing,
yes.
though, so we've got the team configured. We know what the team's going to be. You're going to, meanwhile, you've got support from the Rescued Revolutionaries, Caladel, and the rest of Team NPC, who is a combatant, who can do distractions and try to at least lure some away, lowering the difficulty. They'll do their best with that.
Keep in mind, technically, we still get Lily's benefits because she just kind of does it at the start of the day.
That's something really unique about Lily. Like, as long as she's with you when you rest, the benefits apply.
So, purple dot.
You'll
this
probably be needing that.
This is also a new day, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a new day as well. You'll get to also decide though what time you want to approach.
I would like to put forth a suggestion for a foggy morning.
Sounds groovy to me.
Because if it's in the middle of the day, fog tends to burn off in midday sunlight.
Morning provides a few benefits and drawbacks for you. Drawback of it, pretty much most of the cult's going to be fully well rested. They're going to be at full strength. That's the downside. Good news, not everyone's going to be inside. There's going to be kind of even split of who's inside, who's outside. So that's not too bad. Approaching with a foggy early morning, it's going to be really hard to see you. With the sun at your backs and the fog around you, it's going to be really hard to see much of anything.
Which, considering my stealth score, yeah.
Also, I don't mean to chime in. Crap, where did I say?
Yeah, the reverse side would be dusk, where instead of everyone being fully rested, they would be weakly rested, but you wouldn't have the sun at your back either, though. So
I was hoping that this art would be done by the time the session came around, but Dark, could you at least change the Spirit Keeper's Reliquaries picture to this?
I can change it to whatever you want.
Because I got a commission for the staff version of it.
Fair enough, 'cause I don't have a commission, so.
That's kind of cool.
I can look at art for it, so.
Very,
Not quite
very
done yet.
magic. Very magic.
Change the public one that's image only.
Wait, why wouldn't you just wait until it's done? Because you can have to change it again.
Yeah, but I wanted to use it. This is just a drawing I have.
Yeah, why don't you use the one you got of Academy?
Because that one's a GIF and I can't put it in there.
You can just save it as a. Send it to me. I'll fix that for you.
Okay.
But there's the image only version.
Thank you.
I haven't changed the one with your stats yet, but I'll do that once you actually get the proper picture.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going foggy as the weather. Does
Looks
this
like
sound like the plan of action?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a question. Obviously, Kairos or Ginger, you're thinking of disguising in.
Well,
Are we gonna go like...
primary stealth with our disguise backup.
Right, okay. Never mind then.
Basically, I'm
So I was
going
gonna
to
say, if
be
you're-
disguising myself, as strange as it sounds, but I'm still going to be trying to not be seen.
Because from the that chapel fight we had, would it be fair to say we could get like the cloaks they were wearing? Just so that we have something that's like we can wear for our disguise.
Yeah. You totally could. Anyone
So I
who
think for
if anyone's proficient in at least medium armor, you could even try to disguise yourself as one of the knights, in theory.
Pick up. Don't think I.
I mean, anyone who's willing to wear medium armor could get away with it, but unless you have proficiency.
No, I don't want to change armor anyway.
Oh my god! I'm going to use the polymorph ability of my armor to change myself to look like I'm wearing the armor. Glamour.
All you have to do is just pick up one of the masks off the ground, put it on, and who knows the difference?
Bingo!
But yeah,
I forgot I have glamoured armor.
You wouldn't have medium armor proficiency for any of your class features.
No, I purchased some proficiencies through training, but I always forget whether I picked up medium or not, and I don't think I did.
I think you have, no.
in which case, I'm going to be pinching one of the robes.
Yeah. You feel free to pick up robes from the cultists, or you can feel free to pick up the masks and either medium armor or heavy armor from the knights if you want to.
What kind of medium armor do they have?
So the medium armor counts as a breastplate, or you can complete the set and make it count as basically with Hell Knight plate if you wear heavy.
See if that's more AC than what she currently has.
Yeah, I think I'll just go with the robe and a mask. I'll have my own mask sort of tucked in under the robes, but I'll wear one of their masks.
I was thinking like your mask underneath your
I'm not
mask.
layering masks in, as I can't wear my mask and have my disguise going at the same time.
The kind might be rather insulted if you wear a cult mask on top of this.
There's also that.
Is Hestia trained in heavy armor yet? I don't remember.
Yeah, you are free to you're just using their gear. It's not going to be perfect. You certainly don't have the mannerisms of them. You're certainly not going to, from a close-up inspection, they might be able to tell the difference, but from a distance at least, it's going to make it a lot harder for them to realize something's off. Notice your equipment is what's going to throw you off, though, because many of you have pieces of equipment that really aren't not standard issue.
Well, your guys are. I'm disguising as myself, who has been using my equipment.
Quick question. I got the mask on, I got the armor on. Where am I putting my antlers?
The disguise is a backup, Cadme. Worst case, it's just, if we're seen momentarily, hopefully we can get away with it.
Oh, okay.
Just doing what I'm. You're basically doing the same thing that I'm doing. I'm just staying out of sight.
Oh,
First,
wait.
Reese chucks one of the hooded robes over you to try to cover the others.
Yeah, it just sort of is a big hood that sticks over on top of my antlers. It's obvious she still has antlers because the hood's still propped up on top of the antlers.
No, from behind.
and worst case, we could always say you're one of the local spirit fae things that they've taken over to their side.
Oh, wait, no, better idea. Academy's going to take a small red ribbon and tie it around her antlers so it looks like the antlers are like part of a headpiece or a bandana or something. Like she killed a deer and chopped off its antlers and is now wearing it like a headpiece.
The stag helm is born.
Yes. I will say, it's a bit icky for the wooden armor to look metal, but it works.
Well, as long as it works, that's the main.
Mm-hmm.
Alice is kind of odd to look at the moment, because she still very much looks like herself, but slightly wrong. Like, some of the spots are in the wrong place, some of her symbols are in the wrong place. It's still very clearly her, but it's also not her.
Also, you smell disgusting.
Yes, you always think that when I'm wearing this.
Gosh. I mean, is there nothing we can do to actually make it so you don't wear that?
Make me immune to magic naturally?
I will work on that.
The anti-magic tattoos coming.
It might work.
I mean, anti-magic tattoos is something you could make.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Random tattoo, anti-magic field once per day.
Do you actually want me to roll a disguise or leave it?
Well, I will follow in spirit of the disguise rules. Just make a note of your bonuses right now, and when they're checked, I will.
Assuming we don't get any bonuses for, stealing their cloaks and shit, mine's plus 35.
It will modify. All bonuses like that will modify their perception checks against you. And more than if.
Though actually, would it be?
Do it in the Discord if you want to in the main chat, and you can just basically mark if your disguise bonuses are if you're making a physical disguise.
Just a quick.
Everyone knows both your disguise and your stealth bonus in there for me, because that will be important.
Yeah, just a quick clarification, please. My class ability basically is to disguise as a generic person. I couldn't actually use it to disguise as myself, could I?
Technically, Kerberos is not a generic person.
How much bonus did the disguise cloak give me?
10, but it's also a generic person.
Damn.
Yeah.
That makes my disguise a lot worse.
You can be a generic cultist.
I could be a generic cultist, but that's not as funny as disguising as myself.
I would just go for the disguising of yourself and save your genericness for generic cloak for one of us.
Yeah, I mean, I'd hope I'd get some disguise bonuses for disguising as myself anyway. But, yeah. If nothing else, it would be minor details bonus, which is still plus 5.
Yeah, the best you get there is minor details bonus. So.
which would still give me a plus 20 disguise. It's still very reasonable. And not invisible, so I don't get the plus 20. Only a plus 16.
I love when roll 20 does the thing where it just doesn't calculate properly. Oh well. See my... No, I'm full HP. I don't know why it's not calculating. Oh well. It's showing my stealth as +1 instead of +2.
I still have a point in disguise.
Huzzah! For the most part of Team PC, the best person to not be, under the globe of invisibility would probably be Kev.
Rose is very fairly stealthy.
Oh, actually, this is a good point to mention. If anyone wants aids for either their stealth or disguise, Cor can give you an all-day +2 aid. That might be nice to have right now. Unless you want it in something else.
I'll randomly take the bonus on stealth, but I don't think the disguise is going to help me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
That would
I'll
bring me
take-
up from a 1 to a 3.
I don't know why I have this miscellaneous 4 on my disguise. I wonder if we see
Please
something-
modify your things as necessary if you're getting bonuses.
Which one should I put it into?
I can't tell if we did something a very, very long time ago with disguise and I have a miscellaneous +4, or if this is supposed to be here. It makes me angry. I'm normally pretty good about making sure I get rid of things when they're not necessary anymore, so I'm just gonna keep it, I guess, because I don't know why it's there.
I'll go with boosting disguise.
Ooh, right. I also need to put that connotation in.
I mean, Hestia's mini, but I'll put her stuff here anyways, because it might be necessary later on.
Also, maybe we can hope that rules will be generous and throw a globe of invisibility.
Why does Hestia have a miscellaneous +1? Help.
She's powerful.
God
I
damn
don't
it,
know where
Rose.
these are
Keep
coming from.
keep your things updated, dang it.
I'm normally really good about that, but also I died for 3 months straight.
Well, if you're applying the aid bonus to one of the two, just make sure you do that on Discord, or else I'm not going to forget when I'm doing dice roll. Because when I'm doing somebody's dice roll, I may not be unnecessarily announcing them.
Hestia's stealth is not minus
After all,
9.
it's supposed to be happening in secret, some of these, so.
It makes me so satisfied to see my thing in the normal or darker light and be like, yes, I am comparable to a stealth person.
This is a good thing Hestia is small, because her stealth is normally -9.
Oh, actually, that's another thing I can do if anyone wants it. I have one more reduced person to cast.
I mean, what's the duration on?
For me, it will be 10 minutes.
Shit,
That's not
I
very
forgot. Hazel's actually going to be walking with
And 10
I
minutes
need
is
to
pretty
get-
long in the context of this.
I don't know why. I kind of like the idea of Maya only being 3 foot tall.
It's extra to hit, baby.
Finally, I shall be taller than she is. Cat superiority.
I mean, she literally comes to the waist of the average person. So, Kelra's a bit higher, but still should be small enough that you can lean on her.
Hell yeah.
I
Leaning
don't
shall
know.
be
Anyone want
happening.
it?
Reduce
And
burden.
you get.
No.
It's a +4 to stealth.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a +4 to stealth for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's ages in the context of sneaking in somewhere.
It really
yeah, I
isn't.
mean,
Sneaking takes a while.
I'll take it, as well as Koro's stealth. So
So that you're
So
in a positive.
Also, reduce person's more than a +4. It's actually a +5 because you're getting a bonus to Dex.
That's true.
That actually moves a Maya from -1 to +7.
no, it would be +5.
Would it?
Yeah, 5 from reduced person and
2 from Coral.
2 from Koro.
You'll be 6.
I
You're
can
+7 You're getting a +7 bonus, which is +6.
Okay.
I can also cast Invisibility Spear, which is just nice
Please.
to have. Yeah, I'll do it.
There
Because
you
that
go. I have amended it.
pretty much.
Also, I can always cancel out Verdus person if we end up getting into something.
We do have to be careful with the invisibility sphere, because if someone walks into it while we're moving along and then they turn invisible, they're going to be very
won't.
confused.
That's not how that works.
Oh, is it not? Oh.
No, the sphere, it only affects everyone in the sphere at the time of casting. and then you need to stay in the sphere in order to stay invisible.
Next you. Okay, so who won?
If you leave the sphere, you become visible, and if you attack from the sphere, everyone becomes visible.
It's a 10-foot radius. Who's gonna be in it? Because it goes around a creature. I don't think all of us can huddle into that.
Does it have
realistically
spell
speaking.
resistance?
Well, it's a 10-foot sphere, and Adeline can fly above us. So can Cadme.
I'm sure it has spell
I mean,
resistance.
keep in mind on top of that, you don't necessarily need to have the spell running as soon as you walk in.
I don't mean to alarm you, but I got big fucking wings, and my flying is loud compared to yours.
Okay, fair.
And I'm not that good at flying.
You could save the invisibility sphere for example until you're inside.
Yeah.
We could, yeah.
I don't know if Invisible Spear has spell resistance. Oh, here we go. Yes, it does.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
can't be in it then.
This is. We don't look at this. I had to look it up on archives, but the PF's listing of it's kind of garbage. It has absolutely nothing on it.
Yeah,
It's just because it's
quite
like it has
fudge.
invisibility.
Yeah.
As invisibility, you just refer to the invisibility spell, it tells you the answer.
Yeah, I cannot be in it then.
Okay, so yeah, we have more than enough space.
Listen,
10-foot radius is
A lot.
quite big, actually.
I don't like things that are like, hey, go look at the other thing to figure out what you need. I'm
Yeah, I don't
wanna
like
look
it
at
either.
this. Give me instant gratification. I'm a millennial.
Wow.
It's my data, and I need it now.
And
Yeah,
if you're
well, no,
finding
it only lasts 9 minutes, technically. So,
that's true.
we'll have to. I would kind of just safely assume that we have the perception to think when we might really, really need it as a boost, and we can apply it there. But it's like a one-time use kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
What you can do is cast it, hold the charge, and then bop on whoever one might need it in the instant. Because casting in this place will probably be bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I'll
holding
just.
a charge for that long, that's gotta be uncomfortable.
See if we can do it.
The main thing is just don't touch any other creature, because if you do, it immediately goes off.
Or if you're gonna touch another creature, at least have it be someone good.
I'll just note in Shiva's thing that there's an invisibility spear as a one-time use. So when Dark rolls in private, he can apply that then if he thinks it's gonna be necessary.
Invisibility sphere. I think if something else is an abort where it's like, oh shit, we're about to be seen. Boop.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can use that for something you think we would need it for to bypass a failure, basically.
Or more precisely, I think I'll announce that it's a failure, and then you can choose to activate it. So
Okay.
Also, while we're in here, we'll all be under effects of Dark Whispers. So for like 800 odd feet, we can talk to each other.
Cool.
Does that have spell resistance?
Let me check.
well, the armor goes on.
Yes. So I'm afraid
It doesn't
Damn it.
affect me.
Once again, cast it before the armor goes on.
Yeah, just use it before.
I suppose it's 10 minutes per level, so we could basically march to like the edge of the camp, cast that, put the armor on.
10 minutes per level is 2 hours for JMac, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't want to cast it now here at the tower,
No,
and then spend an
I
hour and a
imagine-
half walking.
I imagine most of our buffs we're gonna like get close to cast them.
Yeah.
Like casting of them, walking the entire way and losing them.
You'll get to the outskirts there to camp and start working from there.
Yeah. And after all, your anti-magic armor doesn't take too long to put on.
Yeah, it's light armor, isn't it?
It's light armor, it takes a minute, it's just awkward.
30
Yeah.
seconds as someone helps.
No, we can just help you.
Yeah, it's just
Come
No.
here.
it's just once we're inside the camp, inside the temple, that feels like an eternity.
Oh, it is once we're in a combat situation like that.
The plan has been set. We're locking it in. Now, there is only one last thing the group needs to decide on. Because, as you know, the entire town is being protected by a bubble of wind energy. Now, you can have the wizard exert his energy to try and force it open for you. You probably could. Or you would need to bring as escort one of the two weather controlling individuals to do it. That's the only question. How would you breach the bubble?
Does Rhea have the ability to quickly get back to the tower?
She can try and She's flying magic.
I don't suppose I
Yeah.
could teach her teleport over the day and a half that we had.
If you want to teach her teleport, then I suppose she could just go boop.
Yeah, because we kind of have to bring her anyway to, make the weather do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a range of miles. So
I thought it was like miles around the point where you cast it.
it is, but it's still miles.
Yeah, but I thought the village was like far from the tower.
I mean, it is. So she'll still have to get closer. Yes, that's true. But
Well, if she's
Well,
coming halfway, she
you
might as
wouldn't
well
have- you
come all
wouldn't
the
have-
way and get us in as
But
well.
the point is, you have to get into potentially being seen range. Unlikely given the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Fog baby.
Yeah, it
Okay.
should be fine, and yeah, she can teleport away, so she doesn't have to worry about running away.
Okay then. Team PC pack their things together, equips their charms, and prepares themselves. You get one shot at this. With blessings given, fortunes told, magic items in hand, you set out. Which, given when you're doing this, you're setting out in the middle of the dead of night. Nothing but crickets and the occasional mosquito giving you company.
Quick question. How do we know that McMaster is actually going to be in there?
We don't. That's not our priority.
I suppose.
We also don't necessarily know it's masters, but yeah.
Right. It felt very familiar, but I suppose.
Could just be demon that's related to him, because after all, we did kind of banish him. So this might not be him; it might be an ally
Well, if we banished him, he could just be back.
or subordinate. Maybe. I don't know enough about demons to realize it. I know the best I know is they can't come here normally.
Yeah, they need an anchor to either come here originally. So it's possible that he could have whispered something to someone through the veil and got them to summon him back.
Maybe, probably not. But if it is, we'll shoot him in the head again.
Yeah, it works.
The party reaches at this point, ruined village, or at least the outskirts. Looking from a hilltop down, you can see over the sides of it. It was never huge, but it had many houses to it still, even if many of them looked in disrepair already, as well as the old stone temple that sat at its heart. Ruined, but at the same time emanating from it, this vortex of energy out of its crumbled rooftop, forming the barrier around the location.
Second question. How did we ever have problems finding this?
I-
Is the barrier new?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
And we also have spent the majority of our holiday on the other side of the island.
True, but I would have hoped that we would have seen a massive spiraling vortex of energy creating a massive bubble.
Over mountains and jungle?
I suppose.
Yeah, the island's pretty good about hiding things that it doesn't want seen.
Then again, I suppose massive spiraling energies are not very unusual for us anymore.
That too.
The heavy fog makes it impossible for you to make out any details of the town below other than what I specified.
I have more insight. Not to be that person.
Almost none of you can make out any details of the town below. Though Estufa, as she stands upon the hillside, does see down activity, people moving already at this time of day. People waking up, a couple of campfires around the outside from the people who didn't sleep in the temple. The distortions of what must be elementals moving around. And even occasionally, something that Estufa can't quite make out what, but maybe not everyone in the village necessarily is gone, though. Something doesn't look quite right to your eye. Though you doubt well, it's really hard for you to make out much more than that.
Yeah, unfortunately, while Stifa can see through fog, her eyesight is typically pretty shitty.
It's
That's
those
too
old
completely
lady
gone.
cataracts.
Yeah, Estufa definitely needs glasses. But
Maybe.
with this repaired, and the sun shining at your back, the group descends down, the barrier being forced open by the orb of storms, before Rhea vanishes away. Leave you on the camped outskirts which goes on for quite some time. Of just, I mean, those more militarized would almost be willing to say platoons of cultists ready. Though some of them are definitely more green than others. How this many got to be here? A strong magic emanates around you. You can definitely sense it, though. This place. A lot of magic is being used here. A lot of different kinds of magic. Summoning, wards, and also just emanating from the ground below you, as if something large was being prepared.
Oh, hey, there's a ritual.
Looks like it.
This place does feel a bit tingly. It's like a lot of things going on here. Do we know where to get in?
Carefully.
I suppose.
The campsites scatter, just all over the kind of local landscape. But there are a lot of trees providing cover as well. Sneaking past them with everyone still waking up is probably not the most difficult task. Though this could also be an opportunity to, well, if you wanted to take it, could be an opportunity to catch out some future reinforcements now.
Are people making breakfast?
Very likely there are some people making breakfast.
Because I don't know if everyone remembers, but a while back we got a bunch of drow poison. Actually, was that ingested or actually that's injury poison? Does injury poison still work if you eat it?
No,
No.
it can't survive stomach acid.
Never mind then.
And
I
it needs
don't
to
think
get
I
into the
have.
bloodstream. You could make the food really spicy, and then they could get ulcers on the inside of their stomach. Then the injury poison will.
I feel like that's
Okay, Max. Since when has the target not being able to make its own fortitude safe been a problem?
Look, presumably not all of these people are super strong.
I'm just noting that couldn't you just poke yourself with the poison?
Oh, I could. Actually, I suppose I could do that as we walk past. I just. Oops.
Yeah, just casually like
Just
stabbing
take a needle
yourself.
of the poison and keep poking yourself.
Yeah, I suppose that's the thing I keep forgetting about hexes is they're not really flashy.
They aren't special magic as far as things go. Unless someone's paying a close attention, they may not notice.
And we're kind of in the middle of fog. Then yeah, I'll go around evil eye people, then subtly poison them with drow poison. I believe we had like how many arrowheads of that did we have? Nope, that's Google.
Is Sutha just walking around casually cursing people?
I mean,
As is
she's
her
a
witchy
witch.
right.
Yeah.
How many times do I use the word narrow? Jesus Christ. Okay, we had 20 sleep poison arrows.
Could be 20 people unconscious if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. We're never going to use them. Pretty much.
Also, you're like almost guaranteed to make your save, so
Yeah.
they're getting you
for
that level like
C13.
-6 from everything that you've got.
Yeah. Well, -8.
Yeah. Something else you can help
even
get a bunch
better.
of the recruits who people are just thinking of being lazy.
You know, people who it isn't too odd to have sleeping in the middle of the day.
It's only the middle of the day still.
Oh yeah, morning, I guess.
Who has scent currently?
Yo.
I guess I would, because I don't need any other of my transformations.
Can I take perception checks from both of you?
You
Dark.
certainly can.
If it makes any difference, Adeline has seen visibility currently.
Currently, but that's good to know.
Okay.
Nice.
Before scent bonuses, naturally.
And because she has it too.
Three of you smell something. That smells like dead bodies.
Oh no.
Like, dead bodies or undead bodies?
Rotten bodies.
Doesn't really answer the question.
Yeah.
But, like, based on that smell, there's got to be a pile of them.
Kelvis will whisper to Istutha through the shadow link. I can smell dead things. Can you see anything? Undead or piles of corpses?
Like a mass grave that hasn't been buried over with dirt.
Or an army of corpses?
Give me a second. As Istufo just kind of casually hop like a couple feet into the air to get a little bit of a better look at the ground.
She looks around with that instruction, and you can see it, yes. It's kind of hard to notice between all the tents, but it's a small detour away, but it does appear to be what you might be some kind of mass grave. I said, I mean, this is just a large 15 by 15 foot hole which you can see bodies in. But you can't make out any details from here. Not of your eyesight.
Good news does not appear to be undead. Bad news is definitely a mass grave. Probably the former inhabitants of this village.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, for funeral rites, we'll have to wait.
Yeah. Best thing we
Uh,
can do right now is actually solve the issue.
I am slightly concerned what you're planning on it.
Do we
For
have?
now, they're not our problem. The best we can do is avenge them.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think any of us have anything we could even do to stop them from raising them.
Sprinkle some holy water.
And would that do anything? We do have the once per day holy water, water skin.
Probably not. That said, well, actually, I mean, if we're worried about them, if we're worried about them coming back from the dead, Reese kind of starts. There is one thing we could do.
Hmm?
I've got a scroll of consecrate.
Keep them at least.
If we consecrated the ground, they couldn't raise anything in it.
It's just why else would they keep the bodies? Why wouldn't they just burn them rather than leaving them rotting?
Smoke might give them away. Well, then again, they've got campfires already.
Giant
Because they do
vortex
not
of
care,
power
and they
gives them
do-
away.
They do not care, and they do not have respect for the dead.
Respect has nothing to do with it. It stinks. They would be able to smell it living here. And it spreads disease horribly.
If most of them are demony, they might not particularly care, actually.
The demons might, but there's more than just demons here. There's a lot of just people.
Now, the people would be inside the temple or perhaps on the other side of town. Again, why would they care?
Do you call
getting
all the
off track.
tents from?
We're getting off track again. Reese, do you think it's even possible for us to do that without giving ourselves away?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, because if anyone notices that, which they probably will, considering they're evil cultists and all, and good energy isn't super normal here.
I will say.
I mean, the spell itself, once it's in place, they probably wouldn't, like, unless someone's searching for magic or they're channeling, like, dark energy, they won't probably feel it. But
I think we should hold off on it. As much as I would like to do that, these people don't seem very.
You're super quiet, Sideline. I can't even understand you.
Much as I think it would be a fine idea, don't think we should. These people don't seem very much necromancy-y. More demony in summoning. Maybe it's just not in their wheelhouse. We haven't seen any proof of any necromancy.
If you guys don't want to, fine. Just don't come crying to me when we're facing armies of undead later.
I mean, inevitably consecrating one pit's not going to do much if it's an army.
Yeah.
Worried that they'll notice. So then we'll have things coming after us anyway. Worse things than if we just get in and get out.
Yeah, well, let's just get going then. If you guys don't want to do anything, let's just get going.
alternatively, we set them on fire, of course.
Does anyone have any oil?
You know,
Yes.
If people are worried that they'll notice a slight change of magical energy in the area, I think a giant bonfire would be slightly more obvious.
We don't need to light it immediately.
And we could also make it, I mean, that could be something that they could get away with, just saying lamps, say someone's lamps built into it.
I could just actually kick a lamp into it.
I'd say if you have the oil, maybe pour it in. Worst case, if they start popping up, we can set them on fire. But unless...
If spiking it with oil, that's certainly something they could do.
Yeah, I like that idea, at least. Just spike it with oil.
Who's our would-be trap maker?
I had 2 pints of oil.
I mean, if you're just spiking it with oil, it's not that difficult to do. The main question is you either designate someone to sneak up and pour the oil in, or have a way to do it at range quietly.
I'll do it. You guys all have to stay within the invisibility sphere.
I don't think that's up yet.
It's not. Yeah, the invisibility sphere's not actually up yet.
Oh, right.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, you doing it is still probably one of the better ideas.
Also true.
Yep, well, give me the oil then.
Here you go.
And Koris will slip off into the fog.
It's a cakewalk for Koris. Fog, the sun glaring in everyone's eyes. What chance did anyone have to see?
I mean, I only have a 16 stealth, so both of them actually have a decent chance, depending on their modifiers. But then I have a 22 disguise.
No one notices anything odd as far as you can tell, as you slip your way up to the pit and just kind of casually drop some oil.
Oops.
I imagine almost very casually, as if just discarding like a cigar butt or something.
Yeah, it's the local trash hole, so trash goes in. It's not my fault the trash has a bit of oil left in it.
You're not exactly wrong with that. It definitely looks like some people have like just thrown trash in there, though it is largely just bodies. Though many of which have been stripped of their valuables, leaving with mostly just ripped clothes.
It's a horrible thing to think of, but just from like the edge of the pit, having a quick look in, can I tell roughly how long they might have been there? Like, are we talking weeks, months?
Honestly, he'll check.
What? 31.
You know, to be honest, Karis doesn't think it necessarily was that long for a lot of these. Like, this place is humid and hot, which are great conditions for decomposition.
Hmm.
To be frank, these might only be a week old. The ones on top, less.
That's not exactly what I was expecting.
The one
Good to know.
on the bottom the ones on the bottom could be a couple of weeks old potentially, but the ones at the top are definitely could be quite fresh comparatively by only being a few days.
I'm not digging through corpses to check the bottom ones. I'll just go with the weak-ish.
It looks like they've still found people recently living in the area. Holdouts, perhaps. Either that, or the foolish arrived to try and capture the town back.
I'll try and head back to the group.
That's not it for you.
Like, right, it's done. It's relit whenever. I've no idea what's happened here, but they've not even been there. Most of them, 2 weeks at most.
Honestly, they appear to be working within a time scale. At least I'd think they probably did this around the time that they captured, or at least they were planning to capture the prince and princesses.
Maybe.
A quick, decisive coup.
Otherwise, they'd get seen a lot. They'd get found out eventually anyway. Like, doing it quick would be the only way they could do it without getting found out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine it's
if you've already taken over.
Yeah. Imagine it as like an overall thing. Hit this, hit the Ranger Corps, hit the Prince and Princess, and whatnot.
Or done. Well, the group can continue. The best you can, you continue moving through the camp, kind of using the tents and the trees as cover. So it's certainly not an easy task. On the other hand, just given the kind of area going on right now, and everything that's happening, they seem quite oblivious, though maybe it's just they're tired from waking up. Or perhaps in the fog, your outlines look no different to anyone else's. Especially with the bird mask that many of you are wearing.
Call motherfucker.
You've been able to make it through the most outer layer of trees, and past the first set of camps. Up ahead is going to be the town itself, which means you're already getting close to. Well, at this point, you are already surrounded. You can, at this point, if you would like to, though, given your magical connections, signal to. Well, very likely it'll be signaling to Rhea, but to let the distractions start making noise if you wanted to.
Good.
Find somewhere to hole up for a quick second. Let the distraction commence and run past when everyone else is running too. Unless we want to try and get closer then signal. And then when people are actually gone, we can get to the temple proper.
You can trigger it at any time. If you could somehow save it, you could even try to use it for evacuating, but that's yours to figure out.
Personally, I think we see if we can get at least a little bit closer. Or even with the whole entire idea that Rose was thinking about triggering the sphere with, in a moment where we really need it, we could get close, proc that, sit there, and set off the distraction.
Okay. In that case, let me grab all the active units. Adeline, SE, but without no Koro.
I cry.
Mine. Where is my Shiva? Hello, Shiva.
Oh, it's your Shiva.
We're not communist. It is not yet our Shiva.
Uh,
You're the player. You don't get control in this.
Look, I don't think Shiva belongs to anyone. I don't see a ring on that finger.
I'll give it time. Kada will work on it, I imagine.
The ring's invisible.
I mean, Shiva only healed his kid. You know, no big deal. And then saved him from.
No ulterior
Well,
motives
yeah,
here at all.
clearly he belongs to you.
Yeah.
I mean-
Shiva decides where that goes.
But because the bond between dragons and their partners, arguably Hestia.
That's also true. Shiva's daughter is Hestia, and if anyone ever looked at her and said, "Get rid of Hestia," she would tell them, "Please burn in hell."
Please, thank you. Have
She-
a nice day.
Yeah, like, "Please burn in hell," and then just smile politely and leave.